Hello my friends, welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette and today we are learning Algy met a bear from the Fiddle Time Joggers book. Now this gets very exciting because we're learning the third and fourth fingers. Now when you play your third and fourth fingers on the violin, your third finger comes next to the second. So these two are next to one another, and then your pinky, when it comes on the A string, has got a space between the third finger and the fourth finger. So the pattern that your fingers make is like this. Can you see that? Fingers 1 and 2 have a space, fingers 2 and 3 are close together, and fingers 3 and 4 have got a gap between them again. And I'll show you first how you can practice those third and fourth fingers by playing a D scale. So if you have never played a D scale before, let me play it to you first and then we'll play it again and I'll let you join in. So here's your D scale. I'm starting with long bows and I'm playing every note twice, and I'm starting on the open D string. So I go up and use fingers 0, 1, 2, 3 on the D string. Then I'm skipping my pinky at that moment and I'm going on to play onto the A string. A, 1, 2, 3. But then just before I go down the scale, I'm playing a fourth finger there. So that little finger gets a bit of practice as well. And then one by one we go down the scale in the same way as we've come up. So why don't you join me and we'll play it together. I'll count us in for 4, but before we start, let's just check that your finger line here is level with the E string. So this row of knuckles here is level with the strings, and that your elbow is under the violin and your thumb is nice and up, just peeking over the edge right there. Once you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pinky now. All the fingers, we can have a look at our piece Algy met a bear, and this is essentially the D scale with some slightly different rhythms. So that is why I would like you just to concentrate on the scale. You're not distracted by any rhythms that time, and now you've got a little bit more confident with the third and fourth fingers, we can actually do the piece. So let me play it for you. that, I use the same type of bowing that I've used all along. Quavers get half the bow, crotchets and minims, and even the dotted minim in this piece, they are all played with the whole bow. A dotted minim, like you see at the penultimate bar, is 3 counts long, so we'll bow that super slowly. 2, 3. And after that, you get a fast crotchet, which also uses the whole bow, you see. Will you join me playing it along? After 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Shall we just do that again? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Lovely song this. So now let's have a look at the second part, and you can play that as well now because you know how to go down the scale. If you've forgotten it, just play this video back and play the scale again and focus particularly on the way down the scale, because this is mostly the same as the lower part of this tune. So I'm going to start here with 3 fingers on the A string. There we are. And now we're going to take our fingers away one by one, and then I'm just going to hold it at the start of the second line to go to the D string. I'll talk you through as we go along anyway. So we're going to start with 3 fingers on the A string. You might just test your fingers there. If you've done it correctly, that third finger on the A string is called D, and it should match the D string really beautifully. So shall we just try that again? And that is a lovely thing that you can do now that you can play the third fingers. Are we ready? So our fingers are ready. Our elbow, left elbow is nicely under the violin. My fingers are nice and round and my wrist is pushed out. And my thumb is just peeking over the edge. I think you're in the correct shape now. So let's put our bow down on the string after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just hold it here a moment. Get all your fingers in gear. Same pattern as before, and now you can go to the D string and one, 2, 3. That's it. So you may have noticed that you can test your third finger on the A string with an open D string. You can do the same and play the third finger on the D string, which should be matching the open G string. If you've done it correctly and your finger is precisely in the right spot, that should be very nicely sounding together with the G string, because both notes are called G. So you've got a low G and you combine it with a high G. Shall we just try that again? Let's try our first, second and third finger on the D string. And remember your finger pattern with a gap and 2 fingers together. Now I've heard this note, try it with the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, like that. Ooh, it's not quite right, is it? Move your third finger a little bit closer together. If your finger sounds like this, you've gone a bit too flat. And in this case, my first finger has got a little bit too far back. Remember, for your first finger, you always have to have that space for a pretend finger there at the back. Now, of course, this is much easier to do when you sound out all the notes. And while you might find that tricky today, this should gradually become easier as you progress. So tomorrow will be slightly easier, and the day after tomorrow it will be easier still, and next week or in 2 weeks you won't take any notice of it. So there's your progress for you. Let's now play that lower line once more, shall we? And before we do that, I test all my fingers on the A string. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick bow now. There you go. Now this tune, as you may have noticed, is a duet. So what we're going to do is we're going to play it twice over. The first time you play the top line and I play the lower line, and then we repeat this song and we'll swap the parts. So then you play the lower line and I play the top. So you get started with your top line. Algy met a bear, like that. Are we ready? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now repeat it. Test your fingers. 3, 4. I hope that worked for you. Let me know. Do write about it in the comment section down below this video, how that worked, if you managed, if you got your notes really in tune, if you enjoyed it, if you found it extremely tricky. I would like to know. I'm getting ready to listen to the rhythm, which is song number 33, and I very much look forward to seeing you there. Goodbye.